So hey guys, in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how you can make a firestorm in Minecraft like this. So you see, whenever I sneak, I summon this firestorm here. I can also have multiple of these active at once. And yeah, these fly toward the direction you're heading into, and then after a certain time stop flying, so the velocity becomes 0, and yeah, then after a certain time again they summon a lightning bolt and die. So these firestorms apply some damage and suck nearby enemies in. Alright guys, as you can see, this is a decent amount of command blocks. It's not extremely much though. Okay? So it's fairly simple. And first we're gonna have a look at the sneak detection, then at the trigger mechanism, and then at the actual projectile and the effect of the projectile. And in the end at the visuals. So alright. This thing here tests if you're sneaking, and this is just some sort of workaround because there's no actual way to detect sneaking with like scoreboards that's built into the game, but this works, just trust me. And yeah, then if you're sneaking you get the tech sneak. On the other hand, if you're not sneaking, you lose the tech sneak. I think this is fairly simple, just copy these two command blocks and you're good to go. Okay, so now let's have a look at the trigger mechanism, shall we? Alright, for this tutorial I'm actually using boats as projectiles. They have a few drawbacks, but they have vertical rotation, which is pretty nice. So I'm just using them for once. This here tests if you have the tech sneak and if you don't have the tech activated, which I'm gonna talk about later. So this basically just tests if you're sneaking and if you haven't triggered this command already, and then it tests also if you have blaze powder in your main hand slot, and if all of these requirements are met, you summon a boat 50 blocks above you, facing these coordinates right here. Yeah, right here. Okay. So next, with this command block here, it tests for all the same things. And then simply place a sound to you. This is this mob.blaze.shoot sound. Maybe I can put some link in the video description that you can find more sounds, and just note that that's not the normal sound which occurs when blazes shoot. This has a pitch that's lowered by 50%. Again, it tests for all the same stuff. And now it applies the tag firestorm to the boat, which you just summoned above, and this tag is going to be required for the boat to work as a projectile, otherwise it just would be a normal boat, and we don't want all boats to act this way. Yeah, then you get the tag activated. This just means that you don't trigger the command twice. This would be pretty bad, and it's to prevent spam. And then you remove the tag activated is removed from you again if you stop sneaking. So you can still do this. Yeah, well, at least partially will, but you can't just keep on sneaking and activate the commands 100 times. To move on, we're now focusing on the boat commands, which, well, yeah, the boat actually is the projectile. At least the thing that teleports the projectile and that moves. So alright, each boat with the tag firestorm just moves 0.5 blocks ahead of itself every tick. That's the movement. And then positioned 50 blocks below it, it will also summon an armor stand called Storm. Unless the boat doesn't have the tag Storm. Then the boat gets the tag Storm, and let me quickly say a few words on this. So the armor stand that's called Storm will just execute all the particle commands, the damage commands and stuff later on. But that's gonna be the next step, I think. Alright, then it also just keeps teleporting the armor stand Storm 50 blocks below itself. And gets so the boat gets one time tick times the scoreboard, which you can create by typing / scoreboard objectives add time dummy into the chat like this. for me it doesn't work because I have already created the scoreboard. But again, this command here, that gets 1 time a tick, so that's 20 times each second. And as soon as a boat reaches a time score of 100, it just disappears. Yeah, it's killed. So okay, we still need to have a look at the storm effect, the storm spinning, and the storm visuals, starting with the storm effect here, that's the damage and the pulling enemies in part. So we're taking each armor stand that's named Storm, no, actually each entity named Storm, which probably doesn't matter unless you have something on your world named Storm that you could mess around with, then just add the requirement type equals armor stand here. It takes these and then causes them to damage each entity within these square brackets here by 5, and it's fire damage, and that happens each tick. And so let's quickly have a word at the selector. It just takes each entity within 2 blocks. That's not itself basically, because it's at least 0.1 blocks away, and it does not have the item Blaze Powder in the main hand slot, because otherwise it would also damage the one who activates it. Okay, so then it pretty much does the same stuff again, tests for the same stuff again, and adds the tag Storm Hit. This time just the range is a bit bigger. Also, each of these armor stand takes the closest entity with the tag Storm Hit, within a range of 3 blocks this time, and teleports it 1.5 blocks above itself. And if there's no armor stand or other entity named Storm within 3 blocks, each entity that's tagged with Storm Hit will remove the tag from itself again. So this prevents mobs who survive one firestorm from being pulled into the next one instantly, no matter how far away it is. Okay, then each armor stand, why do I keep saying armor stand? Each entity named Storm also gets 1 time a tick. You just created the scoreboard if you followed my steps. If it has 149 time, it summons Lightning Bolt, and if it has 150 time, it also just instantly dies. So next is the spinning and the invisibility part, but this isn't really complicated. So each armor stand that's named Storm, again each entity, sorry for always saying armor stand, runs this command here that causes it to spin, changing the rotation by 3. This is the exact same command, so don't worry about this. Again, this is the exact same command. We just don't want it to spin, you know, too strangely or too slowly, and that's the invisibility, since obviously you probably don't want to see that the firestorm is actually an armor stand. Now we've arrived at the last part of this tutorial, which are the storm visuals, and as you can see, these are quite long in comparison to the other sections of this video, and unfortunately these visuals are also pretty repetitive, so I'm just gonna have you copy these command blocks here and go through them really quickly. Make sure to pause the video maybe, but just so you know, these are all particle commands and it's all the same particles, so you can adjust them as you wish. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And also, maybe watch this video, which is linked on the screen right now. I promise you'll like it.